When I first got in the business, I was all about information. Do this, do that. And I was in charge of one of the largest personal training programs in the country. And back in the early 90s, we had these amazing trainers, but we weren't getting great results. People were following the process, but they really weren't into it. So then we realized, how do you change people's behavior? You know, that's the magic. And so when we started changing behavior, along with great information, then our program blew up. We had one of the top personal training programs in the country, and that's kind of how the journey of change began. So there's 5 steps of behavior change. And I created these steps because I want people to get the results or the outcome they're looking for. But if you're not paying attention to behavior, it's not going to happen. Information alone is not going to do it. So step number 1 is self-awareness. This is where you're at. Do you have any blind spots? Some people don't even know how good you could feel. How good do you feel? Are you feeling your best? Number 2 is, what do you truly want? Do you want to have a better night's sleep? Would you like to get off your blood pressure medication? Would you like to lose 30 pounds? Ask these questions yourself. What do you truly want? And then get very specific. Number 3, this is powerful. This is your why. This is your purpose. This is a jet fuel. So if you're going to get people to change, if you want you to change, then you have to tap into what's your why? What's your driver? What's your purpose? And that can be very emotional. But anytime the why gets outside of you, powerful things happen. For me personally, one of my drivers for me, one of my purpose, one of my whys is I want to be the grandfather for my kids' kids. And then we move into building a habit. This is really powerful. The prefrontal cortex of the brain can only handle one habit at a time. If you build one habit, you will build another and you'll build another. But the big mistake many people make is they try to do too much. I don't want you to do that. All I want you to do is focus on one habit at a time. Build that habit, you'll have it forever. And then last but not least, you have to measure your results. Some way to monitor if it's working. You have to have the courage to go to the doctor and get your blood test. You have to have the courage to put on a pair of pants or get on the scale. So if you're not monitoring it, you're not really going to know what's working, what's not working. So if I recap the summary here, number 1 is great self-awareness. Do you have any blind spots? Again, where you're at right now. Number 2, what do you want? Get real specific. Number 3, what's your why? What's your purpose? What's your driver? Number 4, you have to understand how to build a habit, and you do it one step at a time. And last but not least, measure. So here's your assignment. Number 1, what do you want? Do you want to lose 30 pounds? Do you want to get off the blood pressure medication? Do you want to get a better night's sleep? Get very specific at what do you want. Number 2, what's your why? Get emotional about this. Dig deep. Ask some questions about yourself. Why do you want it? And last but not least, how are you monitoring it? Paying attention to it. What keeps you focused on that? As you go through this entire system, these 3 points might change, but I want you to keep coming back to them over and over and over. This is the magic for you to get the results you want. The journey of change is something I want you to understand. You bought a new cookbook. You hired a trainer. You're going to the gym. You're going shopping. I'm going to get a better night's sleep. But that honeymoon stage is going to wear off. You're going to still have to go to the trainer. You're going to have to make your own food. You're going to have to try to get a better night's sleep. So that will wear off. It will wear off for you. It wears off for everybody. When you go down into this thing called the Valley of Despair, that's when people lose hope. I don't want you to lose hope. You might get there. Probably will. But at some point in time, I want you to understand, to get you out of the Valley of Despair, you have to understand this is where your why comes in. This is your purpose. This is your driver. And then it can pull you out into building a habit. And as you start building these habits, that will create rituals. That's the magic. So I want you to understand where you're going, where you're going to travel to, and understand that you will be in the honeymoon stage. The honeymoon will wear off. It sometimes goes to the Valley of Despair. That's when you lose hope. Build a habit, keep confident that this is going to work, and then over time it turns into a ritual, and now you got it.